What up, world? What up, media? This is Drewize. Come at like this morning. Drewize topics. I want to talk about a topic which is so true, you know what I'm saying, to make people understand about these revolutionary men that changed the world, you know, made a mark on the black history movement and the culture and things like that back in them times, you know what I'm saying, the 60s and stuff like that, you know. The two men I want to talk about is Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. Okay, first topic, you know, Martin Luther King. Now, he was a man, you know, a Christian man. He was in the church of, I think, a Baptist church, you know. And Martin believed in non-violence, you know. He believed that at that time when blacks was not being treated as fair, he believed do not get violent with the Caucasians that was treating the blacks wrong, you know. He believed in non-violence. Martin believed that we shall win them over with kindness and love and be peace towards them so they could change their way of thinking about us and treating us, you know. Basically, like, I would not say a Uncle Tom and like that. I would not say that, but it kind of is that way a little bit, you know. But that's what Martin believed is winning the heart of the white man and woman at that time was treating us wrong and prejudiced and racist and stuff like that, you know. I believe in non-violence, you know, but when Malcolm X came to the scene, Malcolm believed in self-defense, defend yourself, you know, defend, you know. He said, kill the four-legged dog and kill the two-legged dog, you know. Malcolm was saying, don't let this dog bite you, don't let this man hit you over the head with the billy club and nothing like that, you know. So what Malcolm was also saying in interpretation, he was saying we're going to go to jail anyways, you know what I'm saying. We're going to get killed anyways, so we might as well defend ourselves, you know what I'm saying. We might as well kiss our wives, kiss our girlfriends, and kiss our children goodbye, you know, because our life is precious, you know what I'm saying. We got to protect our life, so self-defense, defend yourself, you know. I believe that, you know. I lean towards what Malcolm X said, you know, so I lean towards his idea of his way of his belief. I lean towards that more than King, you know. I believe, you know, that's how I look at it, you know. We was being thrown in jail, we was being killed and beaten, and the water hose splashed on us and stuff like that. Their dogs sicked on us, you know. I believe we should have defended ourselves. We needed to defend ourselves at that time in the 50s and 60s and 40s or whatever at that time, you know. I believe that, you know. I believe in Malcolm's words, you know what I'm saying. But they put more now of a date of remembrance, you know, a day of remembrance of Martin Luther King more than Malcolm X, you know what I'm saying. I think they should have a day too of Malcolm X, too, of a remembrance, of a recognition, you know what I'm saying, too, you know, not just Martin Luther King, you know, they have a day, you know what I'm saying. I mean, they talk about Malcolm X, you know what I'm saying, on TV about Malcolm's assassination, or the movie where Denzel Washington portrayed as him in the movie was Spike Lee directed, you know. But I believe in Malcolm's words his teachings and his idea of his movement, you know, far as the black man's rise and awaken the black man and woman. I believe in his words, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I do understand what Martin Luther King was saying. Be peaceful and non-violent and stuff. I do believe that, you know, but that way of, he was saying that way, it didn't work, you know what I'm saying? It didn't, you know. So I listened to Malcolm X, you know, so I listened to his lectures on videos that they post of him when he was alive on YouTube. I agree to what he says, you know, so I agree, you know, and he opened my eyes, you know. Also Minister Louis Farrakhan, you know what I'm saying? I listened to those men, you know. I heard Elijah Muhammad speak his lectures. I heard Elijah Muhammad where he spoke, you know. But you have to think about it, you know what I'm saying? People that feels in their heart and think they're in their mind prejudice and racist and hatred towards something that's different from them, those people that feel this way, you know what I'm saying, and think this way, prejudice and racist and hatred and stuff like that, they need to die out, you know what I'm saying? They need to die out, you know, because when Martin Luther King said, I have a dream that little black boys and little white girls and little black girls and little white boys will sit at the table and hold hand or something like that, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of coming that way now. You seeing us black men ride around with white girls. You seeing black women ride around and with white men. You see black men dating white girls and marrying white girls. Black women marrying and dating white men. You know what I'm saying? It's coming about that time. You know what I'm saying? But just like grandma and grandpa, they witnessed this. You know what I'm saying? They witnessed them days when blacks was treated unfairly. They witnessed when you came about in the 30s and 40s and 50s and 60s and stuff like that. You seen this, you know what I'm saying, on TV when that horror and on the news and stuff like that. You seen this, grandma. You seen this, grandpa. You know what I'm saying? You seen it, you know. So I wasn't around at that time. I didn't come around that time. I wasn't born around that time. I was born in the late 80s, you know. So it was drifting away from that, but it was still prejudice and racism and hatred still lingers on at that time in the 80s, like it still do now. Blacks are still being treated unfair to this day, you know. So just like the Black Lives Matter organization, they have protests of people doing this, Black Lives Matter, but not saying this. Black Lives Matter organization needs to say this: do not get smart with the officer, do not challenge their authority, you know, do not, you know what I'm saying, just be respectable, you know, think with this, not use all this all the time, you know. So you cannot come at white people like that, because this is true. This is so true how I'm going to say this. This is not to be offensive or hurting or anything like that. This is true. The white man, Caucasians, your nature is already in you as a makeup in you to destroy. You know what I'm saying? You are a destroyer by nature. You know what I'm saying? History proves that. You know what I'm saying? History proves that. You went all over the world destroying. You went to Japan and China, Korea, and you went to Africa. You went to this country right here, as I stand on this soil, where this country belongs to the Native Americans, you know. You destroy them. You know what I'm saying? Your nature is to destroy, and your nature is also to study and experiment. You know what I'm saying? That's your nature. You know, is to destroy. So the Black Lives Matter should be saying this to the people, to the public. Should be saying, do not argue, get smart with these people, even though you're not doing nothing wrong. You don't got no drugs on you, no guns on you, whatever. You have to come at people like this in a different way so they won't activate the destroyer in them, you know. So yeah, that's how I look at it, you know. So I mean, that's what the Black Lives Matter is not saying, you know what I'm saying. Even when you're not doing anything, you're walking down the street, whatever. You may look suspicious or not, but you have to come at authority with respect. You know what I'm saying? Respect. You know what I'm saying? No, sir. Yes, sir. And let them allow them to do their job for search you. The moment you get smart with the officer, the white officer, he shoot first, then ask questions later. Rather than ask questions, then shoot. So when you do all that stuff like that, you activate the nature of the white man is to destroy, you know. So yeah, topic is, you know what I'm saying, two topics in one: Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, you know. Yeah, Drewize topics. You could post a comment about what I just said or not. You know what I'm saying? This is true and this is real. You know what I'm saying? All honesty. You know? Like, share, subscribe. You know? I am Drewize and this is Drewize Topics. Peace.